We continue with Psalm 15, which I will read for us today. O Lord, who may abide in your tent? Who may dwell on your holy hill? Those who walk blamelessly and do what is right, and speak the truth from their heart, and do not slander with their tongue, and do no evil to their friends, nor take up a reproach against their neighbors, in whose eyes the wicked are despised, but who honor those who fear the Lord, who stand by their oath even to their hurt, who do not lend money at interest, and do not take a bribe against the innocent. Those who do these things shall never be moved. Our psalm opens with a question: who may abide in your tent? Who may dwell on your holy hill? This gives us two references. The first to the tent, to the tabernacle, which was the dwelling place of God throughout the time of Israel's journeys through the desert, and for some time after that. And secondly, to the Temple Mount, or to the temple itself. Both of these are considered by our ancient peoples to be a dwelling place of God, a holy space. So the question asks, who may come into the presence of God? Imagine, if you will, a group of pilgrims who have gone on a long, dusty, wearying journey from their home to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They are now standing at the entrance to the temple, and the priest comes forward and asks, how is it that you intend to enter the temple? Or why is it that you think you should be allowed to enter the temple? There are rules, you know. And you might think perhaps a change of clothing. After all, this is pretty dirty. Or perhaps a quick shower or foot washing. Let's put on our Sunday best, so to speak. Oh, and certainly comb your hair. And the answer is that none of these are requirements to come before the presence of God. What is needed is a certain lifestyle, a cleansing of the heart. And if we look at them carefully, we see that the criteria are overwhelming. There are 5 of them that require us to do something, and 5 others that prohibit the things we are not to do, and symbolize the 10 Commandments. And when we look at these, we realize that we all come up short, quite short at times. Why so strict, we might wonder. And I think back to the story of Nadab and Abihu, who came before the Lord with strange fire or unauthorized fire in their censers, and fire from God immolated them. To enter into the temple is no light thing. To enter into the temple is to enter into holy space. It is both risky and life-giving. God is holy, and God is also accessible to us, but on God's terms and not ours. So the question now to us, rather than these pilgrims, is how can we receive life from this holy and awesome other that is God, the author and creator of life? For the whole of life is in view here, based on ethical actions and our interrelationships with others. What is required to enter into holy space is a mind at peace. There are artificial ways to do this. We can do this with drugs. It is something that can be learned, and this isn't a bad practice, but it can be learned through meditation. We can bring our minds to peace. But for Christians, coming to peace with God is a gift of grace. It's created by faith through the indwelling Christ. And this gives us a mind free from violence and a mind at peace, which is also moral and complete. So because we have the mind of Christ, we live in holy space at peace with our God. And the psalm ends, those who do these things shall never be moved. That is, to come into the presence of God, it's a place of refuge and it's eternal. We are at peace with God in Christ through all eternity. Now may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance and give you peace. Amen.